After the highlights of Welling last week, another disappointing defeat now on the road in Slough. How did you see that one, Gaffer?
Yeah, very disappointing. You know, we're just talking off camera before about, you know, we can't go 1 week we're bad, 1 week we're good. The inconsistencies. We touched on it in training, talking about we're not clinical enough, maybe in the attacking area. We're not ruthless enough defending in our defending third. So, I mean, it was actually that today, I thought. First half was poor. I mean, I did say to the players, I didn't recognise them at half time. I just felt, it was disjointed. Didn't have the feel from training. We trained really well on Thursday. We didn't show or express ourselves properly in that first 45 minutes. And again, you know, you give teams a head start in this league. It's a very, very tough league to play in, and there's no easy game. So, you know, even though we rallied at the end, it was probably a bit generous towards us to, you know, finish 4-3. But yeah, no, I'm disappointed that players have ultimately not shown their true selves. And, you know, again, as a staff, we've got to take responsibility. You know, we pick the players. You know, it's my decision in terms of who starts. And today, I didn't think the boys did enough. And yeah, we didn't deserve anything.
Yeah, you mentioned discipline in the last couple of times we've chatted to you, and again, we picked up quite a few yellow cards today. It was a little bit of an ill-disciplined performance when we were up against it. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, again, it's, you know, sometimes I think it's emotional control. I keep touching on that. I think within the group, I question it all the time. I think it's a bit of maturity as well, and that shouldn't be the case. You know, we've got an older group of players. I did say, and I questioned in terms of handling setbacks, and I always relate it to real life and say, well, come on, you would have handled setbacks in your personal lives that are a lot worse than this, you know, in terms of people around the group, you know, going through things away from football, be a lot tougher than this. So I think a lot of the times we let the small things become big things as a group, and individuals especially, and then it almost has that domino effect. And I thought it was a big case of that today. So even decision making, someone makes a bad decision, followed up by another bad decision, and we just didn't have enough cool heads to just calm it down, which is frustrating because, you know, you look at the bench and, you know, I'm always cool, calm, collected, and trying to gather my thoughts to think how I can improve it or trying to think how we can fix the situation. But at times I don't think we have enough of those kind of proactive mentalities where they're thinking of how we can fix it. It's always worrying about, there's a fire that's spiraling and out of control, you know, and instead of maybe throwing a right kind of deterrent on it, we keep adding fuel to it, which has the adverse effect, which is stupid. I know it sounds, but at the time I think that's exactly what the boys do.
Yeah, and despite the loss and despite the kind of overall performance, the team managed to keep hold of the ball, particularly in the first half, a lot, and, you know, dominated possession but didn't really seem to get anywhere with it. The only spark seemed to come from Joel Powell through the centre of that midfield, and again he got himself another assist today. How impressed have you been with him in adversity?
He's superb, you know, in terms of, you think where the goals have come from, it's been from his tenacity, his energy, you know, his willingness to run. And I think at times, you know, Slough had a willingness to run and we didn't, which is frustrating, and you do start to ask tough questions of lads, because if there's, you know, you're playing up against a man and he's running harder than you need to look at yourself. I do think as well, and we touched on it, you know, at training on Thursday, and the session was all about being progressive with the ball, playing forward passes quickly into good spaces, getting people on the half turn to go and hurt teams. At times we don't do it enough. We just slow it down, which is to the detriment of the group, because we're a good team when we're playing on the front foot, playing at a high tempo, you know, with that good intensity around us. But yeah, we didn't show our true selves today, which is disappointing.